Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your February tarot reading. This is going to be a tarot reading for the people born under the Hermit card and the Moon card, which is your rule number 9, the number of achievement, attainment, nearly the end of the cycle, so that desire to pursue the completion. So if you do not know what your tarot birth card is, I have put links of all the videos in the description box below that explains how to work it out and the meanings of it and so on and so forth. I'm going to be using those two decks, and I've reviewed these two decks on my channel, so there will also be a link in the description box below if you would like to check them out and maybe even get them for yourselves. So I'm going to start by putting out 3 main energies for the month, and if you would like to connect to the energies of my deck, now is a good time to do so by taking a couple of deep breaths whilst I shuffle it. So what do my Aquarians born under the Hermit card and the Moon card need to hear for their highest good for February, please? So I'm going to grab the top 3 cards. Let's see what you have. So we have the Squirrel, Play, Resources. The squirrels come out quite a lot actually for those readings. We have the Anaconda, Camouflage or Imbalance. And we have the Firefly, Simplicity and Childhood. Sorry about the glare, I have to have the light on, it's so dark. So obviously, if you see those animals in real life, or if they're mentioned in a documentary or, you know, on the TV for whatever reason, this is a synchronicity, a sign from your spirit team to pay attention to that. Let's see what the tarot has to say and clarify those energies. I'm also getting with the Anaconda, with the snake, transformation. Because snakes represent wisdom, they shed their own skin on a, you know, I think it's a monthly basis. I can't remember how often they do. My husband used to have snakes, so he would probably be angry that I don't remember this, but, you know, they shed their skin. So, change, transformation. But there is a light energy of childhood and play as well, so let's see what this is about. Whoa, that's not a clean cut. Sorry about that. So let's see what we have for you. I will show you the bottom of the deck once I've looked at all of the cards, obviously. So we start with the Two of Swords. Then we have the Four of Coins. And the Two of Wands. Okay, so decision and not making a decision, and yes, I see what's going on here. Judgment, Major Arcana. Another Major Arcana, Death. And the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy at the bottom, which is at work, and you may not be aware of, we have the Nine of Cups. Now this is a beautiful energy. So, the Nine of Cups, 9 as I've explained to you with your number, that's the number of attainment, achievement. This is very often called the wish fulfillment card, and for a good reason, because this is getting what your heart wants. This is being happy, joyful, content even, and, you know, grateful, aware of what you've got. You're really, you know, lapping it up basically. And this is under the deck, so this is what your spirit team is trying to help you with, you know, to push you to make a decision, which at the moment you seem to be resisting, but I'll go into this in a minute, so that you can get your wish fulfilled. And I'm getting quite a lot of mental energy anyway, but this is a super happy card, which is, you know, what your spirit team is trying to get for you. Now, what I mean by spirit team, if you're not accustomed to my readings, it could be God, it could be Source, the universe, it could be your angels, your ancestors, any deities you pray to. So we begin with the Two of Swords. and we have a 2 here as well. Now the 2s represents being at a crossroad, having to make a decision. And the reason why I said it's heavy energy, mental energy, is because the swords represents anything to do with your thoughts, ideas, and truth and communication. And on top of it, it's supported by judgment, which is a big wake-up call card. Now this is a major arcana, so it has a bigger impact on your life path. These are big cards. When you see the majors, particularly with judgment and death next to each other, this is a big message here. So your guard is up. There is a decision that needs to be made, and you may not be willing or ready to make that decision. No judgment here, please. What I'm just saying is that for whatever reason your guard is up. You may have been hurt before, or you may feel simply that there's something not quite right. You don't have all of the facts, so you can make a decision. With judgment being underneath, there may have been a big revelation. So you found out something. And this puts you into this position of, oh, well, I'm not making a decision then, and my guard is up because I'm protecting myself. There could be that. That's a message for someone out there. Because judgment is a very powerful transformative energy. This is like, it could be a life review. Looking back on something, your career, a relationship, your choices in life, whatever the case may be, and realizing that this belongs to the past now. You kind of outgrown this, and you're now shedding your old skin in order to reveal the more evolved you, which is why I was getting this energy when I said, snakes, they shed their skin. That's probably why I was getting that message. It's a big wake-up call. It's like a report card. And so, there may have been some kind of revelation as well, or you just got a big download and enlightenment came to you, and because of this is pushing you to review your life, or review your career, or review a relationship and do something about it, because death is a deeply transformative but clearing energy. Death gets rid of something that's no longer serves you, or that's on your path blocking you to get to the 9 of Cups. But sometimes death can appear to be abrupt, because it just gets rid of everything that shouldn't be here. But what you need to bear in mind is that out of the ashes of that, something better is going to be reborn, which is the most important part of it. Death is always happening for you. It clears, it's like, it gives you a clean slate. And when you have judgment and death next to each other, this is very, very powerful. This is you either completely getting rid of something in your life that has been, they're saying to me, that was binding you, that you could not move because of it. That's a message for someone out there. For some of you, it's a deep spiritual enlightenment. You may be spiritually awakening right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting this energy very, very strongly for some of you, but it's not for all of you. Which is why then in that case you have this energy of play, like, and childhood. Like, it can be such a heavy energy that you need to lighten things up a little bit, is the message I'm getting, if that's for you. Now death is with the 4 of coins, which 4 of coins, generally speaking, talks about being stable. Having enough in your day-to-day life, not much, I'm not saying you're rich, but having a stable situation at work, at home, that kind of thing. Sometimes it may refer to holding on too tight to something, which I'm getting the message for some of you. If some of you are experiencing a clearing period, death is here because you need to get rid of those things, is what I'm telling you. When I was saying to you, it's happening for a reason, so that there's space for something better. If you're holding on too tight to something or a situation, that's why death is here. It's getting rid of it. It may also be getting rid of your defense that's up. Your blocks, when our defenses are up, we're stagnant, we're frozen in time, and your spirit team is sending death so that you can get rid of all of that resistance, which is also why I was getting this energy of childhood. Children do not have their defenses up. They are always in awe and wonder when they see something new, because they've not been hurt before, so they don't have a baggage. So death is coming, and for some of you, to clear out any resistance you might have to obtaining this very, very happy wish fulfillment card that's right there. And from being at a crossroad and not wanting to make a decision, the shift occurs with judgment and death, and then you realize that the world is your oyster, because the Two of Wands is a crossroad, is a decision to be made. But unlike the Two of Swords, which is a heavy mental energy of not wanting to make the decision for whatever reason that is, the Two of Wands is looking at the future with excitement, pondering all of the possibilities. What could I do? What could I achieve? Now that I've gone through this transformation, it's like the whole world is opening up to you, is what they're saying to me. And this is going to be a source of so much happiness and joy, because you have the Three of Cups here. And notice as well how we go from the 3 to the 9, which it's always good to see progression in the tarot, but particularly when you go from 3 to 9, it's a big jump. So the 3 is the emotional growth. It's the beginning of having reasons to be happy. It could be having a good time with people. It could be networking. Or just simply something to rejoice about. It could be you in your heart feeling so much lighter and really looking forward to the future, because you realize that now all of the doors have opened and really you can do pretty much whatever it is you want. There's nothing stopping you anymore, because death has gotten rid of whatever was blocking you, or what you were holding on too tight to, or any fears, apprehensions that you may have had. This is like, it's like you're gonna be... They're showing me a picture of a baby for some reason, like the innocence of a baby that starts its life, that kind of thing. I had to mention it because it wouldn't leave me. So this is very positive. So let me grab a final message to close out this reading. And with your tarot birth cards being the Hermit and the Moon, I'm not surprised to see energies like that of, having a big wake-up call, or even being spiritually enlightened, because this is on your life path. When you're under the Hermit, it's, going within, finding out the answers to what it is you really want, getting to know yourself, doing the shadow work, spending time thinking about all of that. The Moon is that highly intuitive card, working on all of the feelings and thoughts that you may have compartmentalized and buried deep, and at some point they want to come out, and death comes here and gets rid of all of that. So I really see this reading as a big progression for people who are on this path, is what I'm saying. So can we have a final message for my Aquarians born under the Hermit and the Moon card, please? Okay, there's two cards that were talking to me, and I can't decide, so I'm picking both, because no coincidences is what I've got to say. You've got 3, okay. The Fool, the 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. Okay, so all of this change, and the clearing of the old, and shedding your skin, and starting something new, and the world is your oyster, all of this going towards your 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. This is going to come with a little bit of anxiety for you. You've got a lot of mental energy here with the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. It's going to require a leap of faith. The Fool is an energy of, you see, I told you they showed me a picture of a baby, and the Fool is the energy of the child. It's not having a baggage, as I explained, and because you've not been hurt before, so you just go for it. You discover, you don't have any doubts in your head because you've not been hurt before, so you can't predict that something bad could happen. And that's the problem we have, is we get into the 9 of Swords energy when we're unsure about the future. Even if we're optimistic, sometimes we go down the rabbit hole with the 9 of Swords energy, which is fears, apprehensions, that creates anxiety and stress, when the 9 of Swords actually just calls, It calls us on the fact that for every negative scenario that you may be thinking about, there is a positive scenario. Any negative outcome, that could be a positive outcome. And it's about refocusing your thoughts and making sure you don't go down the rabbit hole. You know, what you focus your attention on is what you will manifest. And the Seven of Swords is the card of being strategic. It's a card of working smarter, not harder. Thinking out of the box, doing something that may be estranged to you, something that you would not see yourself do because it's next to the Fool. Taking that leap of faith, not being afraid, not having these fears, because what's awaiting for you is the Nine of Cups, that beautiful wish fulfillment, happy times. So not falling for the trap of being worried about things and just going for it. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm so humbled you chose to spend it with me. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize my camera had moved. I wish you a wonderful month, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.